Good evening. Welcome to the David Stenboss Show. Tonight we're going to talk about family. The family has come under heavy attack in today's society. On television, fathers are often depicted as buffoons. Mothers are typically depicted as career-minded and in control. Parents in general are characterized as dimwits who are not with it. In too many families, in order to make ends meet, the mother must work and entrust the care of her children to strangers. Children are independent, arrogant, and disrespectful. Everywhere you look, society is offering quick and easy fixes. Sexual promiscuity, safe sex, and promises of freedom without penalty. Divorce destroys 50% of all marriages. Gangs are growing. Sexual molestation by parents of their own children is increasing, as are acts of violence. Amidst all the depressing facts, there is a ray of hope. That is the Bible. God has given us the instruction book for families. He has defined the family, taught us the roles of each of the family members, and has promised to bless those who adhere to His will. Praise God, we need those blessings. What is the family? The family is God's covenant arrangement where two people, male and female, are joined to one flesh. Genesis chapter 2 verse 24 says, "For this cause a man shall leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." It is a covenant in that it is an agreement, a promise made between the couple getting married. This covenant is before God and is binding until death or adultery breaks the union. Where did the family begin? The family was instituted by God in the Garden of Eden in chapters 1 verses 26 through 31 and in Genesis chapter 2 verses 18 through 25. Genesis chapter 1 verses 26 through 31 is the declaration of man's creation with the command to be fruitful and multiply. Concluding the section is God's declaration that it was very good. Genesis chapter 2 verses 18 through 25 is the second account of Adam looking for a helper and God then making Eve from Adam's rib and instituting marriage. Now, what is the purpose of the family? It is to multiply and fill the earth. That's Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. Procreation, Genesis chapter 1, 28. Continuing the covenant through procreation, the covenant between Adam and God is continued, fulfilling God's command to multiply and fill the earth. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 3 through 5 talks about sexual union. And Exodus chapter 20 verse 14 talks about sexual fidelity and purity. The family is the building block of society. It is a place of learning, and society reflects the family. Now there's some scriptures concerning the family. Concerning the husband and wife is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. The husband is the head of the house. But I want you to understand that Christ is the head of every man, and the man is the head of a woman, and God is the head of Christ. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 13. The husband is the leader. Genesis chapter 18 verse 19. "For I have chosen him in order that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and justice, in order that the Lord may bring upon Abraham what he has spoken about him." That means that the husband is to be the spiritual leader in the family. It falls on him to make sure of the spiritual health of the household. The wife is subject to the husband. Colossians chapter 3 verse 18. "Wives, be subject to your husbands as is fitting in the Lord." And we can see that also in Ephesians chapter 5 verses 20 through 24. Now husbands, listen up on this one. A husband is to love his wife. Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives. Now pay attention to this, husbands. just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for her. Wives, if your husbands loved you in that way, would there be any question of being subject to him? 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3 talks about sexual duty. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3 says, "Let the husband fulfill his duty to his wife, and likewise also the wife to her husband." Exodus chapter 20, verse 14, sexual purity. This is from the Ten Commandments. You shall not commit adultery. Now, we have some scriptures concerning children also. Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, again from the Ten Commandments. This is about honor. Honor your father and your mother. And that comes with the promise also. Look it up and see what the promise is. Obedience. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Again, that's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1. And again in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, is about child rearing. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Now we come to polygamy. It's permitted in the Old Testament. We see that in Genesis chapter 4, verse 19. And that says, "And Lamech took 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah." But as condemned in the New Testament, we see that in 1 Timothy chapter 3, verses 2 and 12, and again in Titus chapter 1, verse 6. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 4 says, "An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who shames him is as rottenness in his bones." Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1 says, "The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish tears it down with her own hands." And Proverbs 19, verse 13 says, "A foolish son is destruction to his father, and the contentions of a wife are a constant dripping." The Bible has much to say about the family. God takes it very seriously. As Christians, we should too, and especially fathers, and fathers on this Father's Day. I want you to listen to this and contemplate it and meditate upon these verses. And I want you to go back and look up Colossians chapter 3, verse 18, and Ephesians chapter 5, verses 20 through 24, and specifically Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25. Husbands, commit that one to memory. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for her. Stay safe, be blessed, and stay in the Word.